The more you embody it, the more you embrace it, the more you show it off, becomes part of you. And standing right next to you this entire time has been the person who has brought you your new identity, who has delivered it to you, who has been truly trying to deliver it to you all along. And they have something that they've been wanting to say to you for quite some time now, maybe months, maybe weeks, maybe even years. And they know that you're ready to hear it now, and you're ready to follow it. What do they have to say to you? What is their wisdom for you? It might be in a couple words. It might be in a couple paragraphs. What do they have to say? My father is saying, it's time to set yourself free, Tiffany. It's time to set yourself free. Allow the abundance, the accolades, the opportunities, the support, the people, the love, the admiration, the reviews, the money. Allow all of this abundance to flow into you, and have it flow into you easily. You've done all the work. You've done the excruciatingly hard work. You've done the work that most people won't do in a lifetime. You've done all of it. You know how everyone says make a wish when the clock hits 11:11? Most people treat it like a superstition, but the real power of 11:11 isn't about making a wish. It's about stepping into the identity of the version of you who already has what you want. And for today, November 11th, 11/11, it isn't just a cute date on the calendar. This is an energetic portal. This is an alignment window. Today is the day where the veil between your current timeline and your highest timeline is at its thinnest. And the frequency you choose to align with today becomes the frequency that shapes the next season of your life. So this episode is your step-by-step guide to entering the timeline where everything you want already exists. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. Well, today we ain't playing, honey. This is 11/11, and even if you are listening to this a couple days after, months after, years after, trust that you landed on this episode for a divine reason. There is a message here for you. There's a portal here for you. This is a clearing for you that you are supposed to listen to, okay? Now, manifestation, if you're familiar with how I teach it, is not about wishing, is not about praying, is not about hoping, is not about affirmations and vision boards and sitting back passively. That's all beautiful, and that can be all part of the practice. But what it's really about is identity timeline selection and getting into taking abundant actions consistently. So you don't attract from your desires, you attract from the identity that you're operating in. I know there's going to be a lot of like shooketh, oh my God moments in this where you're going to probably want to listen to this more than once. So today, 11/11 is a frequency accelerator because your subconscious is more open to an identity shift, similar to a full moon, a super moon, when we're having an eclipse. So you want to use these portals to your favor to accelerate faster and be able to tap in to that subconscious, that gunk that really needs to be cleaned out. It's like the dust in the corners of your house that if you wanted to really reach it, you'd have to use Q-tips. That's what we're doing today. The only reason you haven't had your quantum leap yet and you feel like you've been stuck in that messy middle for far too long, and this is very, very potent for me right now to be sharing this because I went through an insane timeline jump. If you've listened to part 1 and 2 of that story, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, that's what you need to listen to next. And my biggest timeline jump was 11 years ago. And I probably had, some micro ones for sure in between there. But I just went through another giant one in my lifetime. It could be the biggest. I'm not quite on the other side yet, but I'm on the cusp. And so it's incredibly present and in real time with what I'm sharing now. And if your brain is wondering, well, why should I listen to you, Tiff, about this? Like, I like you and all, and I know like you're rich and shit, but like, why should I listen to you about this stuff? I have been practicing and implementing and teaching law of attraction and manifestation principles for decades. I've coached hundreds of thousands of people on this in group settings and private settings. And I myself have gone through this. What I've noticed, there are common themes over the years, over the groupings of people, similar to medical studies. That's the whole point of any drug study, any disease state study. They look for common patterns. They look for the law of averages, right? Does the benefit outweigh the risk? What are the best practices? What are the things that don't work and you shouldn't do? And that's exactly the approach that I've taken when really digging deep Virgo style in this whole timeline jump, quantum leaping space so that I can give you true, direct, actionable, credible advice that you can actually implement and do something with. It's not just theory and it's not just reading an affirmation. And there's people right now videoing me outside of the podcast studio and it distracted me for a second. It's uncomfortable, but I also have the glass cage, and if you've not seen it, I share the behind the scenes on my Instagram stories at Project Me with Tiffany. I also did it because it's the perfect spot. Number one, we got the view going on. Like who doesn't like to see an abundant ocean view and have the energy of all of that? And water is just such a beautiful, healing, fluid, yet grounded thing. Is the ocean a thing? But I also liked the aspect that it's kind of like the Today Show. If I don't know if they still do this, but like people would gather outside the windows of the Today Show. Maybe they had to stop that because they had like a streaker or something. But oh my God, that'd be interesting. But there are a lot of half naked men that do walk by here because I live in one of the prime surfing spots in all of the US, really in all of North America. And so let me just tell you, there's a lot to look at from the glass cage of my podcast studio over here. A lot of abundance, a lot of abundant things, if you know what I'm saying. So, the only reason you haven't quantum leaped yet and you're stuck in that middle period where it's messy, it's chaotic, it's painful, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, you're experiencing all sorts of painful symptoms, you don't know what the hell is going on, you feel confused, you want to get out of it, you don't feel like it's being let up, you're being pummeled by the universe, is because you're still running on your old operating system. So it's like you are trying to run new apps on an outdated phone that you have not updated that operating system in 3 years, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years. It lags, it errors out, it freezes, it shuts down, it's slow, it's glitchy. That is exactly what's going on. That's why it feels like you're trying so hard. You're doing all of the things, yet you're not getting the results. You're not seeing them. You're working against yourself. And when I'm sharing this with you, okay, I want you to know I'm not talking at you. I'm saying to you what I wish someone said to me in this clear of a way, because I would have gotten out of that messiness so much faster. We can't control divine timing. But where we can accelerate a timeline jump is by getting out of the fucking way, by lessening our resistance, by getting into faith, by getting into surrender. And the longer we're pushing our way through it, we're fighting our way through it, we're frustrated, we're pissed, we're being victimy about it, we're questioning everything, we're questioning the timing, we're questioning God, we're questioning the universe, we're questioning manifestation, we're questioning ourselves, we're questioning our sanity. The more that we're in that spot, the longer you're going to stay in that spot. So go back to that phone analogy. Imagine you yelling at, let's say you're on an iPhone like 3.0. I think that was the first iPhone I got was the 3.0. I was not an early adopter, by the way, to the smartphone. And that's a really funny story in of itself, given what I do for a living now. I remember saying to an old boss of mine where he was like trying to shove like a BlackBerry down my throat. And I was like, I don't want people to have constant access to me. I don't want that. Like, if someone really needs something from me, like they can put it in an email, they can leave me a voicemail, and I will get to them. They can send me a text on this phone. I was really resistant to it, which is so hysterical. And I honestly, I'm still resistant to a lot of new technologies. But, we can morph, we can grow. But imagine you're on an iPhone Maybe 3.0 is going too far back. Let's go back to like an iPhone 10. I think it's on like 17 now. My iPhone that I have is like the 13 Pro, which it's getting close to needing an upgrade. So you're on the 10 and you're trying to run your business, your social media apps. You're trying to watch YouTube videos on the 10 and you're getting pissed because it's slow, it's shutting down, the battery life sucks, it's overheating, the pictures aren't that great, things aren't saving, and you just keep getting more and more pissed at it and frustrated at it and spending more time on it and venting about it to people and obsessing about it instead of fixing it. And that's exactly what's happening is that you're spending all of this excess energy and you're not getting anywhere. And you feel like you're not getting anywhere, and that's because you're not. Manifestation is not about the how. It's about upgrading who. When you become the version of who already has the reality you want, the aligned next actions become obvious to you and the right opportunities show up at just the right time. So today on 11/11 is the perfect day to begin operating from the upgraded identity first before the evidence appears. That is the trick. That requires faith. That requires trust in yourself and in the universe and a power greater than yourself, that my manifestations, my next level, my upgrade, my expansion, my new identity is really sitting here waiting for me. It's waiting for me to be an energetic match for it. It's waiting for me to get in that space of faith. It's waiting for me to start acting as if so it can click in like a perfect puzzle piece. But you have to upgrade that identity first before you see any concrete evidence of it. It requires you to really believe before you receive. That's the portal. You align to the identity now, and then reality catches up faster. Before we go into this guided experience I'm going to take you through today to help you get to this space of releasing, of trusting, so that you can embody that next level version of you and really feel rooted and grounded in it. Like it's not something you just feel while you're listening to me. You feel it tomorrow, a week from now, and it's something that lasts. I am doing something that I've never done before. I went back and forth if I was even going to release this at all, let alone today. But I've decided that I'm giving my beautiful crazies, my podcast listeners, first dibs. This is something insane. And there's only going to be room for 11 people. That's it. For the first time ever, I am offering a semi-private coaching container. Yes, this is wild. I'm calling it the Profit Pit. In 6 weeks, we fix what's not working in your business so that we can set it up to make major money without sacrificing your life. And we're doing it in a shortened, accelerated period where you're getting semi-private coaching with me, and we are getting lasered in on focused on each person's business. Hence why the container is capped at maximum 11 people. This is going to fill up incredibly quickly, and it's by application only. I need to be a good steward of this and curate the group and make sure that each person who applies, it's truly a great fit for you and for the group. And if it's not, that's okay. That doesn't mean anything's wrong with you, but I want to make sure you're set up to get the results you want. This is results driven. This is execution. Why I call it the Profit Pit Crew is because you're a Formula One car. You're coming in. You need this shit in your business looked at, turned around, fixed, executed, done. You don't want information. We don't need more learning. We need things getting into action to get the profits going, to get you back on the road and get you back operating faster, smoother, easier, and more efficient than ever. And that's what we're doing in here. And this is something that I may never offer again because I've never offered anything like this before. And we may find out that I'm not doing it again. I would take advantage of this. You can swipe up and access the application right in the show notes. You can't access the application anywhere else. So if you're listening on Apple or Spotify or any of those channels, it's in the show notes. If you are watching on Project Me TV on YouTube, it's in the description on YouTube, the link to that application. This is not for people who are starting from zero, okay? You have to already have some business that is in place. But it's okay, for example, if you have a law firm, but you're wanting to create an online revenue stream arm of that business, that's okay. You already have an established thing. So you must have an established thing that you want to skyrocket into great profits, that you want to resurrect your profits because things were not going well this year and you know that things need to change and something isn't working, but you know you're sitting on something great. The packaging, the messaging, the launch strategy, the simple funnel, something's not right and you need it fixed and you need the Profit Pit Crew with Coach Tiff. So you know where to go to apply. If you know someone who will be shooketh over this offer, you can share this episode with them. Okay. So we are going to bridge your yearning, your desire for getting out of this sticky, hard period to where you are stepping in to that iPhone 17 Pro, using that analogy, where you've got the best of the best operating system to where you even start laughing. And I'm telling you, this is happening to me. I'm just on the cusp of it, where I am laughing at the synchronicities, the undeniable things that are happening. I can announce this because it is on the day that I'm doing it. One of the crazy things that happened is I am the keynote speaker for the Betty Ford Center. And if you're not familiar with Betty Ford, it's an international top addiction recovery program. I mean, it's more than a program. I mean, this is like the holy grail. And I'm sharing my story from abuse to abundance. And if you have not heard any of my story, the first 5 chapters of my book are available on this podcast. And there is on my website a separate section just for the book, but I'll link it in the show notes for you. We made it easier so you could binge all 5 chapters because I didn't do them all in a row. And if you're wanting to hear more chapters of the book on the podcast after you listen to those, please DM me on Instagram at ProjectME with Tiffany because it's so vulnerable. I, of course, have made up many stories that you guys aren't that interested, which I also know is not true, but it would be nice to have some extra validation and confirmation from you. So that's one of them. I mean, I could go on and on about the crazy things that are happening to where even the idea for the Profit Pit Crew, I never had this thought ever again, ever before. I just knew that there are so many people who want to work with me on an intimate level where I'm in the weeds on their business and we're able to get the shit done. Right? It's not learning something and then you do it on your own, which obviously I have offers like that, and that's great. But this is for someone who, like, you've been sitting on shit a while and you tend to procrastinate, you deprioritize, you put things off, you get an information overload in your mind, you overanalyze, and then it doesn't get done and you're pissed at yourself and you know you're holding yourself back and enough's enough already. I was like, how can I do this in a way that feels still energy giving to me and not depleting? And while you're getting the results and you're getting in a container that gives you that feeling where you're having semi-private coaching with me. And that's where this came up. You will have all these incredible opportunities, incredible ideas for offers, for things in your business, for a title of a book, a name of a podcast. You will get asked to be on different shows. Things will start happening. Maybe me even sharing this offer to you is one of the things that is starting to happen as a synchronicity. Like, oh my God, I've been wanting to work with Tiff at this kind of a level. This is incredible. You'll start seeing stuff beyond feathers and coins and angel numbers on a clock. As long as you are willing and open to release, to surrender to the divine. There is medicine in everything that you have gone through. And let me tell you, this year has rung my motherfucking bell. Okay. And I know it's done that to a lot of people. And I had stuff that started back in October of 2024. So I've been going through this a year. And I want to validate that for those of you who feel like I've been in this messy middle, Tiff, for a long time. Like you're between identities. And that's what I'm helping you with today. You're kind of stuck there. All right. I would say if you've been going anything past like 8 months, you're in between identities. In my clinical, so to speak, and personal experience, and we need some help getting you out of there. Because I'm thinking of myself. If I had an episode like this and I had advice like this that I actually listened to and took, so, I hope you're listening and you're taking it. I would have gotten out of this months ago. I would have been out of this month sooner. But I feel for me, it had to take the time that it took so that I could have the feeling of I need to help other people who are in this exact spot. You're at the fork in the road. You're at a pivot. You're at a pivotal point. Something's off and something needs to change, and you're on the cusp of something, but you're not quite there, and you're kind of stuck in that weird spot that feels like purgatory. And this is what's prompted me to put out this content that I've been putting out on Instagram and TikTok at Project Me with Tiffany, and why I'm doing this episode, because even you getting out of this 1 month sooner, I know would be such a relief. I really get it. You've not seen the behind the scenes here because it's not like I have a spy cam set up, but if I did, you would have seen me wearing the same sweatshirt 5 days in a row, many times, where I didn't shower either. You would have seen me considering canceling major trips that I was so excited to go on because I couldn't even handle the stimulation of travel, let alone packing. You would have seen me have extra sessions with my coaches, with my therapist. You would have seen me pacing around like an absolute lunatic in my house talking to ChatGPT because I did not want to bother anyone close to me in my life any further with my level of crazy. I didn't want to be a drain, but I'm a verbal processor, obviously, and I needed someone to talk to. I could go on and on. All right. Like I'm talking, I really thought I was losing it. Like truly officially, like I was like, maybe I need like advanced medication. I'm already medicated, but maybe we've gone to another level. Those are all signs that you are in between identities. And so let's get out of our own way and let's shift into that new identity, the identity that we're meant to be in, the identity we're being called to, the identity we're being shaped for, that we're being primed for, that we're being that's enough P's for me. There's way too many P's. And why did I love the name of this incredible intimate cohort container for the semi-private coaching, but the Profit Pit Crew, that's not easy for me to say, but I'm not changing it. So that's what's happening. Before we go into this guided experience, I would make sure that you swipe up and at least copy and paste the application link for the Profit Pit Crew so you don't forget. Because once this opens to the public, you can imagine we're going to be flooded with applications, but I felt it was the right thing to do on this special episode, on this exact day, to give my wonderful, beautiful podcast listeners all over the world, we're top 5 in 57 countries, give you first access to these spots. Because if you listen to this show, you're someone who is on a mission, not just meant for more, you're on a mission for more. You want to do more for the world, more for yourself, more for your families, more for money, more for the greater good. And I want to help serve you with that. I want to help escalate that. I want to help elevate that. I want to help accelerate that. And this is what we're going to do. by getting into the weeds of your business so that we can set things up differently to make big money without you sacrificing your life, without you adding more time in your day to get more time back. Because when you set up things efficiently and you really prune all the crap, a lot of you are doing way too much and you have too much going on. That's truly the issue 99% of the time. It's that you need to do less. That was my issue when I was stuck at 250,000 a year, and I know it's all relative. You might be going, "Well, that must be nice." Well, it's relative. You could be stuck at $25,000 a year. It's frustrating when you're stuck at something when you've worked and you do all the things to get to that spot. Okay? And I'll never forget that my old coach that I had for a long time, he refers to himself as a mentor, but I was worried that I was going to have to do more and I didn't have any more left in me to give. And he's an older man and with a very soft spoken voice and said, looked at me and shook his head and he said, "No, the problem is you do too much. You need to do much less in order to make much more." And let me tell you, he's worth $100 million. He's worth more today, I'm sure, because obviously compound interest, but 100 million. It's like it's not like he was saying what I wanted to hear in order for him to, make money. The only reason that I even got in front of him is because of a longtime physician client of mine. Like I got lucky, but it wasn't really luck, was it? That was another timeline jump in my life where I was on the other side of it. And I got repositioned where opportunities and the right people at the right time and the right places came in order for that new level to really accelerate and take off. And I know I'm meant to hold that space for at least 11 of you. And that's the max I'm taking in this container. Okay. So you know where to access everything. My rules around this experience that we're doing. And I'm going to keep this short because I want you to be able to come back to it tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, whenever you need it, and to not have the barrier of, oh, I don't have, 45 minutes to do this. You don't need that. You can shift into this energy in minutes. You don't need to do a 500-step morning routine. Okay, that's your brain trying to tell you that. And then you do it for, a couple times and then you don't do it anymore. We need to make sure everything that we do is stuff that you can follow through with because it's enjoyable. It feels simple. It feels easy to you. It's the same premise I take when we're looking at your business. If shit feels constantly hard, at some point you're done. You're fried. You're over it. You're not doing it. And it's just not going to work. So if you're walking or having any form of movement, that's beautiful while listening. If you're someone who wants to light a candle and close your eyes, if you're taking a shower, shout out my shower listeners. Extra points for that. Shower manifesting's legit. Manifesting in water is legit. You're taking a bath. Just trust that wherever you are, you're hearing this wherever you're supposed to be hearing this, even if you're driving. Okay, just obviously. If you're operating any form of equipment, please don't close your eyes. It's kind of obvious, but my lawyer tells me I need to say things like that, which concerns me for the general population. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. And if you're watching on ProjectME TV on YouTube, or if you're curious what it looks like when I do these experiences, you might see me shaking, you might see me rocking. You might see me making strange movements. So I like giving a heads up if you've not experienced it before, because it's like, what is going on with Tiffany? I believe movement is what helps us channel energy and frequencies more. And this is how I tap into the divine. This is not coming from me, from my ego whatsoever. This is coming from a higher source that is using me. And I have the ability to tap into that. And you are hearing this through me, but the message is from something much, much, much greater than me. Okay. And so I have to do things in order to get into that space. Take a deep breath for me, even if you don't want to. I know there's some of you who are similar to me that even taking a deep breath can feel like a lot of work right now. I really get it. And take one anyway. All right, I'm going to do it with you. The divine has a special message for you today. The divine is a spirit, your version of God, your version of the universe, your version of whatever is out there that you know is a power greater than you that's at work. And there's a special message channeling through just for you on this exact day. And you're putting yourself in a position right now in order to receive that message. You're not going to be moving fast and doing 500 things and distracting yourself by multitasking, because then you're not going to be able to hear the message. You're going to do your best to get into patterned movement or to be still so that you can actually hear the divine wisdom that's been trying to get through to you, but it's not been able to because your ego's been so activated. Your fear receptors have been activated. Your nervous system has been so activated. It's been knocking on your door over and over and over again to the point where the knocking just felt like normal to you and you no longer heard it. But it's different today. Today, you've opened the door. So I want you to imagine that you're opening the door, a door in your body. Pick somewhere in your body where you see a door. Pick even the color of the door. My door is gold and illuminating a beautiful yellow light. For me, I see it in my stomach right now. So wherever the door is in your body, I want you from the inside, you're opening that door. You're opening it with a smile. You're opening it like you're seeing someone that you love, whether they are whether they are here with you on earth right now or they're waiting for you in heaven. And how beyond words excited, that's not even enough. You would be beside yourself. You would burst into tears. You would feel so much joy and dopamine running through your system, opening that door and seeing them. Who's on the other side of that door? Who's there? Who is there? They were there all along, by the way. We've just not allowed ourselves to get clear enough, to be still enough, to get regulated enough in order to be able to hear the divine wisdom. Who is that? For me, immediately, I know it's my father, who's not been with us for a long, long time. And it feels so good to see him. And he's so happy to see me, and he feels so safe and warm and welcoming. And he's standing outside the door, and they're standing outside your door. You have to welcome them in. Welcome them in. What they bring with them is this powerful light and this frequency and this energy that you can't even describe. Maybe there's a color to it. Maybe there's an aura to it. Maybe there's sparkles to it. There's a kind of light to it. Maybe there's a scent to it, but they're bringing source to you because they're already with spirit and source. They're bringing that to you, to your earthly being, to your humanness. They know that you need it, that you've forgotten the miracles that we have here. You've forgotten that spirit is always taking care of you and all of your manifestations and even more, all they're waiting for you, all that abundance that's really all on the other side of it. But you've forgotten to the point where you stopped believing. You even started doubting yourself and doubting your own visions and doubting your brain and doubting your talent and doubting everything. And this person is coming in with an entire dose of it. They're putting a cloak on you. They're putting this big, beautiful robe on you of divine light and energy and frequency. What does that look like? What does that feel like to have this person put this on you? For me, it feels really light, but also has a weight to it where it grounds me in safety. Mine's really fluffy and furry and super soft, but it's super extravagant and bold and fun and delights my inner child to put it on. It's like a faux fur coat that is so beyond puffy and oversized and comfy, almost like a coat blanket. And I feel the peace and the love and my nervous system regulating so quickly by having that on. Like I could finally exhale, like I've been holding my breath for months and months and months and months waiting for this moment. And I'm standing there and you're standing there, just looking right in the eyes of this person that you love, that has put this on you, who has brought this to you from another plane. And you have tears streaming down your face. And they're looking at you with a divine knowing because they've known what you've been going through. I know. I know what you've been going through. And I know you're tired. And I also know you couldn't hear me. I also know that you got in such a spot. The enemy got you. The ego got you. The dark forces got you. The shadows grabbed you. And you got stuck there. And I'm here to remind you that we can get out of this right now. You're not stuck there anymore. It wanted you to stay in that old version of you. And that old version of you is beautiful. That old version of you got you to a certain point in life, but that old version, that operating system no longer works. It's malfunctioning. It's slow, it's sluggish, and it's time to release it. And it's okay. I know there's an attachment to it because it's what you know. It's the old cloak. It's the cloak I brought you last time or someone else brought you last time. It's like that comfy pair of sweatpants from college or that t-shirt that has holes you know you should throw out, but it's your favorite sleep shirt because it just feels so good on your skin. And you don't even have to throw it away. You can take that cloak of your old identity and you can beautifully have it stored like a wedding dress, put with vacuum sealed and to preserve it and hang it in a closet. You can fold it and put it in a shelf or in a safe somewhere. And I want you to do that because you already have taken it off because you couldn't have put on or fit on this new cloak that was brought to you without taking that off. So it's already off. And I want you to treat it with love and care because that person got you so far. Even though there were bugs in that system and there were things that didn't work and that frustrated you and that malfunctioned, but it did serve you. And it got so familiar that it felt safe, even though there were so many things that weren't working anymore. I want you to bless it. I want you to thank it. You don't have to burn it, or you can. You can bury it, whatever feels good to you. You can also put it on a shelf somewhere and decide at another time to do something else with it. Whatever feels good to you. I want you to do it right now. I'm folding mine, and I don't even like to fold. And I'm folding mine and putting her on a shelf. I want to just see her that she's on the shelf that makes me feel safe, that I know she's on the shelf and I could go take her off the shelf or walk by and say hi whenever I want. But she needs to be on the shelf. She's a good girl. She did so many beautiful things. She created this show. She's helped millions of people. She's healed so much trauma. What do you have to say to your old identity? I want you to say it right now. What do you have to say? And it's okay. If all it is thank you, that's more than enough too. What's so interesting is you're saying this while wearing the new identity. It's like when you go and get a new phone and you could have turned in the old phone if you wanted. You may have chosen to keep the phone somewhere for whatever reason, and that's okay too. But you're also walking out with the new phone, the new operating system, the new features, the cool stuff. And the cloak is like the case for it. And it's the perfect case for you, the perfect color, the perfect texture. You know, it represents your new identity perfectly. What's this cloak of yours look like of the new identity? What kind of vibe is it? Is there music that goes along with it? What does it feel like? What does it feel like to be wearing that? And it's normal for it to feel uncomfortable, for you to even not know right away. It's like buying a new outfit. You might, you love how it looks on you and it feels great. And you're like, God, it looks great. It's like amazing. I don't have to get it tailored. It fits perfectly off the shelf. It's comfortable. It's flattering. It's all of those things, but it's still new. So it's exciting because it's new, but it's still new. It's not familiar. But the more you wear it, the more you embody it, the more you embrace it, the more you show it off, it becomes part of you. And standing right next to you this entire time has been the person who has brought you your new identity, who has delivered it to you, who has been truly trying to deliver it to you all along. And they have something that they've been wanting to say to you for quite some time now, maybe months, maybe weeks, maybe even years. And they know that you're ready to hear it now and you're ready to follow it. What do they have to say to you? What is their wisdom for you? It might be in a couple words. It might be in a couple paragraphs. What do they have to say? My father is saying, it's time to set yourself free, Tiffany. It's time to set yourself free. Allow the abundance, the accolades, the opportunities, the support, the people, the love, the admiration, the reviews, the money. Allow all of this abundance to flow into you and have it flow into you easily. You've done all the work. You've done the excruciatingly hard work. You've done the work that most people won't do in a lifetime. You've done all of it. You can rest now. When you rest, you shall receive. It's safe to rest, and you'll receive at another level. What is this person saying to you? And I want you to take it in. I don't want you to psychoanalyze it right now. I want you to take it in and know that more will be revealed. It doesn't all have to be revealed right now. It can be revealed in pieces. It can be revealed the next time that you do this, but it will be revealed. So we have the door still open, this beautiful, magical door of abundance, the door that represents the timeline jumping, the quantum leap. The leap has occurred. You're not in the timeline jumping area of this anymore. You've jumped the timelines. The quantum leap has occurred. This is done. This is complete. It's happened. You can trust it. You can believe it. And when your ego comes up with stuff of, well, it can't be that easy. It can't just be because I listened to this. I don't know if I can trust it. I'm afraid something else will happen. The other shoe will drop. Go back to what this person said to you. What would you say to yourself while wearing your new identity? With this version of you wearing the new identity, this new, brand new, shiny phone with new features and new programming and a new memory, what would they say? They certainly wouldn't say that, would they? I want you to thank the person who brought you this message. You can give them a hug if you want. A long hug. That's what I want to do. Long hug. I want to tell him I love him so much. I miss him so much. Thank you for watching over me. Thank you for delivering this divine message to me in a way that I could hear it and I could absorb it that only you could have done. And it's time. It's time for them to go. And you're not sad about it because you know that they can come back at any time and you're going to make space to let them in. And as you watch them walk through that beautiful door, it's not like the light dissipates and goes with them. All the light and the energy and the aura that they brought with them stays behind. It's staying all with you like a freshly painted room that's pristine. And they left that with you because they have an abundance of it to give. They aren't in lack because they gave it to you. And now you have the full embodiment of your new identity. I want you to feel that radiating through your entire body. I want you to picture it from wherever that door was. I want you to picture it going through every cell and vessel of your body. All the wires and neurons, they're all connecting and the cells are awakening. And they're all being colored with this new identity and bringing you back to a new life, a new level. Everything is refreshed. All the upgrades and the updates work. You're operating at a top tier frequency. and sit with this feeling for as long as you want to. Stand with this feeling as long as you want to. Lay with this feeling as long as you want to. Walk with this feeling as long as you want to. And take actions, the next indicated step from this new identity. And that doesn't have to, you don't have to know what that is this second, but trust that what comes up for you, there's something there that's meant for you, even if it's to listen to this again. Even if you're getting a calling to do something really strange right now that doesn't seem like it makes sense, you can trust it. You're being divinely guided. I love you so much. I hope you appreciated this experience. This experience was really powerful for me. I hope you feel integrated. Thank you for going on this journey and being open to doing that with me. Truly, I appreciate it. Anything else that you need, you can swipe up. It's in the show notes or in the description on YouTube. Please share this with someone who you know has been going through it, who will really appreciate this right now and pass on that energy of abundance to someone else.